Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of Riven. I initially wasn't intending to stream tonight because I wasn't feeling too well earlier today, but I am feeling better now, and I could really use this as just a fun, easygoing distraction. So, without further ado, let's get back into it. So we started out here, coming off this lake island here, and the Golden Dome is straight ahead. So, huh. Okay. So I gotta do something, get that bridge to lower. Oh, okay, I can't go back up this way. Okay, let's hop in this minecart and ride it back. Okay, so what I learned last time is that there are five of those balls with the symbols on them that make the noise here on this island. Oops. So, alright. Gehn said one of them was found near the bay. I keep near the mouth of the bay. So, okay, so is this the bay? Now I've got to find. Found this one, the bug. Okay. Sub is gone, so I can't do anything else over here. I can take a stab at those plesiosaur things that were down here. Are one of the creatures. And I know I gotta... And I know I gotta keep an eye out for, like, animal shapes. Hey, Picklefax. Yes, very puzzly. Not my favorite kind of puzzle. But, So, the one in Gehn's office was one of them. And they said they found it floating near the mouth of the bay, I think. I may have to go back there and check that. If so, that it was floating in the water, and those balls always form the eye of whatever animal shape I'm seeing. So, what kind of shape would be formed by that? Oh, is this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing else here this way. So... there's one of those balls that I am missing. Okay, that looked like a person silhouette off there. Let me take a look around. Is there anything... Gotta start double checking, make sure I haven't missed anything. No. I'm willing to take a... I'll leave that back there for now. I feel like there'd be one in this forest somewhere. Anything? Anything here in the village? Huh, it reset the sub for some reason. It's there. Okay, so these are the... Let me check all these things here. Is there anything here that looks like... Okay. So this is kind of what I think I'm looking for, at least. I gotta look for something like this. Duck rabbit? What do you mean? Like, that's what it looks like? Like it's a combo? Let me read the door. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like an avatar animal. You know, you have their... something crossed with a bear. Is there something here? Maybe. Yeah, those are definitely the things. They said it was floating in the mouth of the bay. think I should probably go back and reread the journal on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna take... one last look through the forest here. I may have to go to the universal hint system if I can't find it. But I've got other things that can occupy my time in the meantime. Okay, let's open this up. See if there's anything back here. Can I? No, I can't. Is there anything up here? Nothing that I can see. Okay. Right. Okay, I'm going to the school now. Because I need to check those numbers. Okay. And I can always see if there's one of those balls around here. Anywhere? No. Okay, so let me double check the numbers here. If you didn't see this before, this is designed to teach you the Donny numbers that you need. Okay, so that is 8. Okay, yeah, I'm getting it now because that crescent thing on the left is 2, and the horizontal line represents 5. So you put them on top of each other, you add them together, you get 7. Okay. Okay, that should be 8 then. Yes. Three. Yeah. 4. 1. Yep, that's what I thought it was. So that's a 1. 3. Okay. 2. Yeah, because that thing, I saw one of those tilted where it was on the bottom, and I got 9, which doesn't make sense. Seven. Four. Come on, give me the other one. No, that's not what I want. This thing's a crapshoot. You can't force a number. Okay. Okay. 1. 1. Okay, I miscounted. That's 10. Okay. Yeah, that. Let me try one more. Because I have a feeling it only goes from 1 to 10. And that's 9. Okay. So, how the numbers work is you have 1 through 4 are their own thing. You turn it. Hey, Dog Nozzle. I just figured out the numbers, so I'm explaining it. So you have 4 basic symbols here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You turn each of them counterclockwise 90 degrees, and that's the original number multiplied by 5. And then if you layer 2 on top of each other, that's you add them up. So the horizontal line is 5 because 1 is a vertical line. Turn it 90 degrees, that's a 5. And that square rectangle thing is 4, so you add them up and you get 9. Yeah, that's 2. Well, that's 10, but the crescent thing is 2. Turn it on its side, you get 10. So, hold on one second. I should be able to access that dome now. So that's 1, 9, 12, 14. Then if you turn the 3 on its side, that's 15. So it should be 1, 9, 12, 14, 19 is the code. And that should be able to get me into those domes. What I can do from there, I have no idea. Yeah, those Doc Nozzle, those animal ball things. I don't know where... One of them's been taken, so I gotta figure out where that goes. And then the fourth one I can't find. Yet. I may have to resort to a hint. I have a feeling it'd be in the forest, just because that's a big place, but... Yeah, Universal Hint System may be in my future. Okay, which way was it? It was up. Okay. So that's open. Well, not open now. Let me see if I can... Okay, so I'm assuming these are... So this is 5, 10, 15, 19, 14, 12, 9. So this should open it. I did something right. Yeah, so Gehn was talking about these in his journal. He was trying to recreate books. And it doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't work. So Gehn was trying to recreate books, and he had to do a whole bunch of stuff, like shunt a bunch of extra power through them. Something to kind of like force it. Because he didn't get the actual books quite right. Won't let me skip this cutscene for whatever reason. So he said something about steam power, and there's stuff I can do back on the island I first came from. So I'm gonna head back. Yay, roller coaster. I mean, how could you not be? It's a roller coaster. They're fun as hell. Okay, so... Yeah, so that's what that chair does. It gives like a 3D, like a holographic representation. Okay. So the question is, how do I use this? This door is locked. Oh, can I just... I can't... I can... Oh, this whole time I could just scoot under. Whoops. I keep hitting escape thinking it'll back me out, but it doesn't. Okay, so yes, I can do more here. Let's rotate this room a few times. And one more. Okay. Yeah, there's only one... Okay. Yeah, there's only one exit of this five-sided room that's left. And it's off in this area here. Because there's this entrance, the entrance through here, and then those two locked doors. So there's something... Yes. Steam power. And I assume that unlocks a door. Certainly sounds like it. So, does it... No, it doesn't. Oh! Yeah, I guess that unlocks the other door then. Okay, now this door's open, so let's go in here. Okay, so I think these shapes are supposed to be, like, they represent the 5 islands. So... Hey! Okay. What's down here? So there's another bridge. that can raise and lower. Hmm. Hmm. Why can't I press that? Oh well. Let's ignore it for now. Yeah, this has got to be it. Okay, but that doesn't do me anything for me now because I can't use it. So, whoops. All right, so we got to go the long way around here. And then I have to take, yeah, the minecart. Yeah, those are long cutscenes, and I'm just skipping them now to get through them. Okay. Okay, let me double check. Where's the... Here it is. Oh, over here. Last week, while monitoring the situation of the villagers from the scope of in my survey room, I observed one of the natives swim out to a small object that appeared to be floating, but anchored near the entrance to the bay. So, this is floating in water near entrance to bay. Okay. So I have three of those. There are five of those balls. I've got three of them nailed down. I got a clue on this one. And the last one I have no idea on at the moment. Hey. Okay. And now we have a shortcut. So now we can raise that, and then unfortunately we'll have to go back around the long way, I think. Maybe not. Oh, hey, there's the remaining ball for this plate. Ah, there we go. That's it. And then... Hmm. Where... Where's the pathway to the ball? Okay, I can't go up it when it's turned that way. Where's the pathway for that? Okay, so it leads down there somewhere. Oh, it's a Dark Souls 3 elevator thing. I can ride this down. Okay. Island. Right. It can't go that way. Whoops. Overshot it. Gotta go this way. And I can't skip this. Hold on 1 second. I am going to lower the volume of this just a little bit. Okay. And now we can take this up. Yeah, this is another one of those big puzzles. Okay. So we've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. So okay, so we got to figure out the places to put these things. And there, if you look, you can see the thicker lines representing the islands. So, yeah, the marble waffle iron. Yeah, so we got to figure out where those go. So, all right, I want to go back to that island that had all the different colors on it in that like that observation chamber underwater. Which is I swear, because I know I've missed it before, and I swear that last animal noise ball thing I need is in the forest somewhere. But where? Oh, hey, Mr. Hackman. I didn't even notice someone new was in here. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hmm. Okay. Yes, this is what I wanted. I love how everything is so overly elaborate and mechanical. Okay, that's... yeah, that's not the one I want. Okay. So... I want this one. Oh! Yeah, so that's blue. Yeah, that's definitely blue. So, okay, then. The broken one is purple, because that's the one color that's not left. Okay, so I've got 4 of the... so... yeah, so... since I've played this game before, I know what I have to do, so I'm not going to pretend that, what's up? Oh, that's right. I know what's up here. So I know what I have to do. Each of those giant spinning balls that show up, they have a symbol associated with them that is in yellow. Hold on, there's one up here. I'll show you. Yeah, each of these things. You can see they each have a symbol on them. Like right there. That's differently colored than the rest. So they each have a symbol associated with them. Each of those symbols is associated with a color. So what I have to do is find the locations of those big domes in a map of the 5 islands, and based on the symbols, place the appropriately colored marble in that place. So I'll do the small island first. And we find that through this. The 3D visualizer. Okay, so let's see, this is a big 5 5 thing. And each part of the 5x5 grid is further subdivided. So this is the one island I haven't been to yet, and the dome is right there. You can see it in the foreground right here. So okay. So it is there. Now I gotta figure out the other islands. Okay, let me make a map here. This is what Riven does. It has these big interconnected puzzles. Let's go to this island. I don't know which island is this. Okay, so that's the lake over there. So, and I know that's the one in the bottom right here because of that. So I believe then this should be the island with the gold dome on it. Nope, that's... Yeah, that's this place. There we go. And there it is. Let me... rotate it. Okay, so it's here. Okay. So the second row down, because this thing does keep your orientation, and all the way on the left. And this is a 3D map. Okay, let's go for the... we'll do the lake one last, because that's the biggest one. Which... I think this should be the village? Or... No. This is the small lake one. Yeah. Yeah, this is like it, because that's a big crater. And that one, I believe, is... Yeah, it's... Oh, there's no great way to see it, but it's right here. There's a hole, because this was the one that was underground. Okay, so this is very top left. In the fourth row down, second column. Okay, and then this is the crater lake. And then this should be the Golden Dome Island. Yeah, there we go. That's that big-ass dome. So it should be here. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, figuring all this out and putting it all together just... Okay, it's in the very top left-hand corner of this, based on the orientation. So this is the Golden Dome. Island. Team Me was just utterly confused at how to put these pieces together. Okay. Now, the village. Island. Okay. That's the lake. I don't know where exactly they got these from. Come on. Yes, that's the small... Yes, so that is the... Where is the forest? There it is. There's the dome. Okay, so it is... Let me orient my paper correctly. And okay. Okay. So I've got I've got the associated colors for 4 of them. There's that one island I haven't been to yet, and I know from experience, I don't think you can get to it until you actually solve this puzzle. So, I have to guess. I got 1 of 2 options. Okay, I gotta find that last ball. Where is it? I'm gonna do a quick sweep of the forest first. Oh, hey, here we go. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is 4, and I believe that is the... That sounds like a pig. But... Okay, so if that is the eye of eye. That sounds like a pig almost. But I haven't seen any. Let me... So those sounded pretty much like pigs too with the oinks. So is that? I don't know. That's the eye. Based on the others, it's some shape. I think I gotta go up. Maybe if I can look at it. Now that I know where it is, I can look at it from a different angle. Oh, okay. Villagers. Yeah, I can't tell. I don't see a shape. Mm, yeah, that made noise. I just haven't heard it before. Alright, well, I'm going to do the marble puzzle. I'll come back to this. This is going quicker than I anticipated. This may be just a three-parter. But I do know, I have some idea of what to do. Okay, so the forest, the one in the forest is red. So that goes, according to my notes here, the 3D map one is orange and goes here. I think so. The crater, the lake one is purple and should go here. The golden dome is green. That should go here. Now I've got a choice. I'm going to just take the yellow. I've got two options here. I'm not hearing a noise. All right. Oh, okay. I gotta hit the button afterwards. So that didn't work. Let me try yellow. No. I must have misplaced one. Okay. Back to the island with the 3D model. Where's the call button? No, there is one. Oh, I think it's all the way. Yeah, it's all the way back in here. Yeah, there we go. Whoops. Let me double check my placement. Yeah? Okay, yes. Okay. Yeah. So I think my placement is correct. Yes, it does. It looks very good for its time. It has really good textures. So this one should be... Yeah. Okay, yeah. Uh... Okay. I probably just misremembered a color. So I'm just going to check. I'm just pulling up the solution. Hmm. It seems like I was right. Let me... Uh, okay. One more. Okay, so... Oh, yes, I put the red one in the wrong grid. It should have been down here, but it was up here. So, yeah, that'll do it. Oh, yeah, and this one's off too. Wow, it, it was just bad note taking on my part that made that one look off. And there we go. Yeah. I don't like fishing for solutions for stuff like this, but the amount of time it would have taken to double check a bunch of that stuff just to verify my solution was right. I would have done it if I were on my own, but not when streaming. The back and forth just would not have been fun. Yeah, and the last one is either blue or yellow. It's... You have to take a guess. But now, get ready. This is going to be great. Come on. Come on. There we go. Be prepared for a long but great cutscene, okay? At least I hope so. If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. Rise, book. Yes! It works. And take a guess whose laboratory that is.
I apologize for the cage. I'm afraid this situation has often required of me a more primitive code of conduct than I might otherwise have chosen. I am Gehn. I assume you've heard of me. Yes. Well, I suspect you have acquired some false information of who I am now. Not that my son would have lied to you about me. No, not Atris. It's just that, well, I'm sure he believes me to still be the depraved father I once was. Yes. I even tried to kill him once. God, if I had accomplished that, who knows what I would have become. A great father indeed, who tries to murder his own son. Thankfully, he trapped me on age 5, a prison of my own creation. No books, no precious inks, no ages to link to, nothing but my own foolish ambitions. That was 30 years ago. 30 years, 30 lifetimes, what does it matter? No sentence could be too harsh for the man I was. But I have changed. To be sure, the deeds of my past can never be completely atoned for, but my mission was an honorable one. I'm sorry, this is all a bit awkward. It's been a long time since I've attempted to persuade anyone of my intentions. Most of the people here have already made their minds up about me one way or another. I myself do not trust the words of most men, so I don't expect you to believe me. In the end, though, you may discover that I do have more than mere words to offer. Atris's choice of punishment has been hard on the people of Riven, and many have suffered because of it. The island has been steadily decaying for years, but according to my most recent measurements, it appears that the 5th age has entered its final days. Unless the villagers can be relocated soon, the island will collapse entirely and everyone will perish. It has taken me a long time to do it, but it appears that finally I'll be able to make some substantial amends to my past transgressions, especially in, well, I'm afraid I've had some trouble with Catherine and the moiety. In any society, there will always be a small percentage of the population with rebellious tendencies. Before Catherine appeared, the moiety, as they call themselves, had been relatively harmless. I mean, the natives here are a fairly violent people by nature, but I'd almost come to accept their presence. It seemed inevitable under the circumstances. Upon Catherine's return, however, their violence intensified considerably. It seems she's become some sort of religious savior to them. And as far as I can tell, she's come to believe this herself. So I've had no alternative. I had to separate her from her people. I must admit, though, that my concerns were not entirely for her safety alone. The actions of Catherine and the moiety have put my own life at risk on numerous occasions. Consequently, the lives of all the people here. Therefore, I must ask you to refrain from any attempt to free her. Although I'm sure Atreus desires it. Indeed, he must desire it with all his heart. But he is completely unaware of her recent state. I know that you arrived in the Fifth Age with a book which was immediately stolen from you. Needless to say, its reacquisition is of interest to me, though my personal history with the moiety does not give me much hope for it. Still, there is a chance you might somehow manage to retrieve it. If you do, I would ask for the safety of all concerned that you bring it to me at your earliest opportunity. Again, to be honest, my reasons here are partly selfish. There is so much yet to be resolved between Atreus and myself, especially in light of what has become of Catherine. In any case, my immediate concern is the completion of the sanctuary I've long promised to all the islanders. In the meantime, as a token of my good intentions, I will allow you free access to my linking books, crude though they may be, and to the rest of the Fifth Age. As for the stolen linking book, we should probably not meet again until you've recovered it. I will know if you succeeded and will await your return. Good luck with your search. I hope to see you back here shortly.
Yeah, sorry. Occasionally it'll do that. I don't know what's causing it, but the game will boot me out of it back to the desktop for a second. So yeah, that is Gehn. Yeah, it booted me out of the desktop and it'll freeze the game temporarily. Don't know why it does that, but nothing significant was lost. A second or two of him moving to the door. And the one island that we haven't visited yet. Given where I am and what I know is left, I'm going to go long tonight and see if I can't make this a two-parter and just finish this up. The last island of Riven. Yeah, so I need a... I need a combo for that to open the bars. More narrative.
Yafe Adik. You made it. But how'd you get past Gehn? He must really believe I've gone mad. I know what he's doing. He's watching you. He's waiting for you to make a mistake. He's hoping you'll lead him back to Dunny. You can't let Gehn... Atris sent you to save me. But if Gehn gets back to Dunny, he'll kill him. Find the moiety. They have the book. Be careful. Go then. If you won't help me, then I have nothing more to say.
Yes, indeed, Dog Nozzle. We are in the FMV acting zone. Again, his performance, you know, he only has a few scenes in this game, but he steals them all. There is a famous Easter egg in this game taken in between takes of the guy playing Gehn singing opera. And it is mwah, chef's kiss. Very good. Okay, so last thing to do is to find the book, the trap book that we brought in. So, to that end, we need to find the last animal here. Yeah, I'm going to assume those are those plesiosaurs. Because of that oinking noise at the end. Now, that last one that was found floating in the entrance to the bay. Yeah, floating in the water near the entrance to the bay. Yeah, I'm pulling up the universal hint system just because I'm not 100% sure exactly. Okay. So, yeah, I would never have guessed that's where you would find it. Oh, dang it. Wrong way. Oh, well. Yeah. Sorry, I gave up a little bit on the puzzles at the end. But it's just... I would have spent forever looking for it. And I would not have found it. I keep hitting the escape button by mistake. Whoops. Ah. Oh, there we go. So, according to the universal hint system, the hint for it is down here. Hmm. Okay. And bingo. Yeah. Yeah, I would have had no idea this was here. Oh, that's the entrance to the bay. Okay, I was looking in the complete wrong place. Yeah, some of the signaling here isn't great. Some parts of it can be a little bit frustrating, even still. But yeah, we're closing in on the end of the game now. Okay, come on. Oh, I can't skip it. Ugh. It's really weird what they'll decide they won't let you skip. Okay, now... Okay, so this is the entrance to the bay they were talking about. And that's that little camera thing I was looking at. I was looking through. Okay, so first is the fish. Second is the bug. Third is the frog. Fourth are those plesiosaur things, those. And then fifth are those whale things with the tusks. And here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna run a bit long tonight, maybe by a half hour or so, but I should be finishing it tonight. Essentially, yes, I did open a magic portal. And that's the tree that's on the cover of the game, which is barely in the game. And here we go. And I've been poison darted. More narrative. Okay, so I'm in that tree. And these are the moiety, the rebels who are fighting against Gehn. Or at least not living under his reign of terror.
Katrina e now da saya ya palo. Yapa ay manay ya lepo. Mio tisay. Bekaretere wira pe yelo kene falapo. Tisay. Why te fulupe?
Okay, that's the journal. Okay, I don't want to touch that. That's the trap book. So, back to reading! So I assume this is Catherine's. I linked to Riven a week ago. The smell of the place overwhelmed me moments before I could see anything. With my sight only partially cleared, I stood motionless, peering ahead through a thin veil which was slowly lifting. Sorry, this is a bit tough for me to read. Ooh. There was a sorry, there was a something clang and hers appeared. I remember breathing slowly and very deeply, tasting the familiar Riven air, but not recognizing a thing. I must have been hit with the dart right away. Okay. I thought it was an insect bite at first. I'm trying to remember it all, but it's difficult, maybe because of the drug. There was a voice. A man I did not recognize stood before me. Rivenese, though he was wearing Dani dress. He seemed to be talking to me, but the poison was already taking effect. A shadow crept in and I fell asleep. Then there were the many voices, but I understood none of them, like hundreds of people whispering. I couldn't wake up. No matter. The dream did end. And now, to be here with Etty? It's been so many years. I didn't realize how much I missed her. Like a piece of me that I had forgotten. I'm lost. She's beautiful and so full of warmth. But the years have also left her with a wound which was not there when we were children. I write quickly for my prison. Navar will return your book, which the moiety intercepted upon your arrival. After questioning her, I've concluded that it was written by Atris for a very specific purpose. Gehn will desire to use it, although he may have suspicions. If you can find my prison, you will still need the combination to release me. Gehn keeps it in his office. Then I assume we're to signal Atris. I think I know how it might be done. But don't signal him before I am released. Catherine. Okay. I do wish she were more interested. It seems like I'm asking all the questions. It's awkward. No one asks me where I've been or what I've been doing. This hurts, but I understand it. Their beliefs are born out of ignorance and oppression. They are a gentle people, but they've had their nest destroyed, and now they frantically cling to anything that might save them. But why have they chosen to cling to me? I'm confused. As a child, I always felt out of place here. I never belonged. They misunderstood me, and I couldn't relate to them. But now I'm overwhelmed by an intense feeling that I owe everything to them and this place. I thought I would never see them again, and yet I'm here. I've been given the second chance. This second chance. But a second chance at what? Saving them? Fulfilling their prophecies? Being their savior? The moiety. Atris would want me to chronicle all that I've learned. I can at least record some of it. It seems that when Atris and I trapped Gehn on Riven many years ago, our efforts were witnessed by most of the inhabitants here. Two of the Rivenese even witnessed the confrontation with Gehn at the fissure, where I linked back to Mist, and where Atreus threw himself into the abyss. Of course, they understood little of what they were seeing, but they somehow were able to guess that we had won. That Gehn was no god at all, but only a feeble impostor, a false god, and that we had trapped him in here on Riven. I always hoped they would deduce this simple truth, but their further conclusions have astounded me. Atreus had stripped Gehn of his power, therefore Atreus must be a true god. As a god, he was choosing me, the spiritual misfit from a Rivenese womb, to be his wife. I was transcending into deity and would lord over Riven forever. Thus the moiety, as they call themselves, were born, a dissident society, sworn enemies of Gehn. I did not know of their beliefs regarding Atreus and myself until 2 days ago. Eti was, for some reason, hesitant to tell me. I can't figure out why. I know she doesn't believe these things. Of course, everyone else assumed that I would be aware of my own god status, so they made no effort to inform me. I only realized it at a recent gathering to which I was invited. I sat at the front of a dimly lit and crowded cave as they told a mythical story of my own life, acting out the battle between Atreus, myself, and Gehn at the edge of the fissure. The events had been exaggerated into grandiose proportions. It was offensive, but I was unable to stop it. I was unable to break the illusion, which is the very foundation of their hope and purpose, and which has given them courage to band together and rebel against Gehn. Since then, I've learned of other doctrines and beliefs that have evolved, the most disturbing of which is the conviction that one day I would return to Riven to free them. Some believe that I will overthrow Gehn. Others believe that I will bring them to paradise. I don't know how to deal with this. I fight it myself. Or I fight it. Crossed out. I fight myself. I love these people, my only real kindred, but they will not love me as an equal, which hurts me. I would rather be their slave than their master. Over the years, as Gehn's power has become greater and greater, the moiety's numbers have grown, and they have become more and more adept at hiding themselves. They now live in a complex network of caves that he still has not discovered. The moiety, for the most part, have completely severed their relationship with any of the Rivenese that chose against joining them. But I hope they're not sacrificed. But I hope they've not sacrificed ritual links or vital links in order to remove the cancer. Even Father and then something are still on the surface in Gehn's can't read it, dominion, I guess, and I long to see them in Gehn's domains, and I long to see them, but something something shrouds Etis for every time I've mentioned them. Since this break took place, they have interfered with the surface in superficial ways, occasionally sabotaging one of Gehn's constructions or stealing food from the villagers. They wear strange masks and costumes during their scant forays to the island's surface and take this religion very seriously, or they take it very seriously, refusing to be seen by anyone outside the moiety unless they are properly attired. They get much pleasure out of the fact that those on the surface are frightened by these costumes calling them evil spirits or ghosts. It was during one of these expeditions that they fortuitously rescued me from one of Gehn's guards when I first appeared on the island. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have been delivered to Gehn immediately. I've no doubt that he's now searching for me. Of course, I am now aware that I was foolish. Atris is not here. I was, at first, devastated by this realization. Now I am thankful. He would be in extreme peril here. Also, there was a quiet inner voice in echoing remnant that wants him far away. An echoing remnant that wants him far away. I have just witnessed an age dying, gasping its last breath. Today I returned to the surface to see what has become of this island. I hoped it would not be as bad as the moiety had reported. It was worse. They have become slowly accustomed to its steady decay, but I was devastated. The lips from which the kiss is wrought has fallen words, will fall cold breath. The womb from which this cry released has suffered hurt, will suffer death. To get to the surface, we had to traverse through a complex series of doors and passages. Before the last of these doors, they offered me a weapon, which I accepted, and then a mask. I held the mask in my hands for a while, wondering what sort of terror it might invoke in those mentors of my family who still live on the surface, or members of my family who still live on the surface. God, this is tough for me to read. But I also know I must keep my identity hidden from Gehn's ever-vigilant eye, so I accepted it as well. Then, together, we swam a short expanse and emerged out of the surface of the ocean under a rocky overhang. The harsh sunlight made my eyes sting, but the fresh, rich air was exhilarating after these past weeks in the dank cave. The two men with me were silent, communicating only with hand signals. The three of us emerged from our hiding place and made our way to the top of the plateau. At the edge of a thick and overgrown area of the forest, they stopped, peered through the foliage for a second, and then turned to me as if awaiting my command. But could not respond. But I could not respond. In fact, I found it difficult to move. I was smelling, hearing, and breathing my youth. This swept over me in a matter of seconds, but in seconds more, all feeling was gone. There was numbness. We did not stay long on the surface, but it was long enough to see the worst. Riven, which was once one island, has split apart into 5 distinct pieces, about a half-mile apart. 4 of these have been claimed by Gehn as his exclusive domain. Only his ministers and personal militia are ever allowed access to them. From my vantage point at the edge of the forest, I could see 3 of these islands. They are stripped of their former beauty and are riddled with Gehn's self-absorbed constructions. The moiety rarely visit these closely guarded places. There was another island which I could not see, as it had evidently crept away to a terrific distance. The moiety are very unclear as to what exists on this island, except for the fact that they know it is where the great tree used to exist. The forest is located on the island that surface dwellers and the moiety still refer to as Riven, but they also still refer to their entire world as Riven. This island is where the village is, which has changed dramatically. It is also the one remaining province of the people, though Gehn's influence can be seen everywhere. Of course, I know the reason for the fracturing of the island. The moiety do not. Gehn wrote this place, and it will die, as all of Gehn's ages eventually die. I feel nothing today. I am nothing. I live in a cave on a dying world inhabited by people that they are treating me so strangely. They don't know how to relate to a god. I'm still an artist here. They whisper amongst themselves. Talking of my bravery during my excursion to the surface. How I walked across the island bold and unafraid. They don't know me. Even Etty is uncomfortable around me. At times there is no awkwardness, and I am only Catron to her. But at other times I am something else. I am afraid. There's such a there's such a gaunt numbness inside me. Today I do not feel closeness with my people. Neither am I offended by their worship of me. I do not hate Gehn. I don't feel anything. I'm not even sure of... At least Nia is still close. How much is left? Oh, jeez. There's so much left. Okay. I am going to... Yeah. Yeah, this is all that I need. Okay. I'm not reading any more of that. If you're interested, you can search it for it yourself. But this is what I need. The combination to the telescope. Yes, indeed. Story dump. And for streaming, this is yeah, I'm just gonna tomorrow I will return to Riven to see Gen's reaction for myself. But tonight I finally rest. Yeah, so she gave herself up to Gehn. Yeah, I mean, if it were just, again, if it were just me, I would read all that, but... Yeah, for streaming. I spent enough time on that.
Now, Katerine, we see for Polo, ya sepe yai.
Yeah, if anyone's interested in what that says, I'm sure it's somewhere online. Feel free to look it up. Okay, I'm out. So I have the trap book. Whoops. So let's, wrong way. Let's get back to Gehn. Alright, I'm going to save right here. Because there are... I've gone long enough. There are a few ways this can articulate in the end. And I will go through them all at some point, but I'm only going to do one ending.
Well done. I was greatly relieved when I received word that you had recovered the book. I don't quite know how you managed it, but if I may. Thank you.
Gehn is suspicious. As he has every right to be.
Perhaps it would be best if you went through first.
Okay. That's what you have to do. We're in the trap book now. And now, Gen's trapped in the book. Okay, let's take care of that cage. Okay, that's a music box of sorts. Is that? Okay, there we go. Sir Tails the Water Elemental, welcome. Okay. Okay, that's just a blank book. Yeah, so we're in Gen's lab here.
Natsu? Shima? Shorate. Mata neta. Tagamem. San botegan shem. Fasi.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that's the code, so what's the noises? Alright, so clank. That clank, that bing. What sounds like a drill? Bing and then clank. Okay. And let me double check how long is this. Okay, this is short enough. We're almost at the end. 86-9-29. I start this latest journal with astounding news. Catherine has returned to the 5th Age, and though it sets my teeth on edge to say it, she has also vanished as quickly as she appeared, stolen from me by the rebels. As my guard tells it, she linked into the Fissure Plateau cage, as I'd guessed, when suddenly he was set upon by a band of rebels who darted him and spirited her away. I suspect the truth of the matter was that he was so dumbfounded at actually witnessing someone link in after all this time that he presented an easy target for whichever rebel had happened by at that moment. The damnable luck of it. He did get a good enough look at her, though, to verify that it was indeed Catherine. He also claims that he inspected all of her belongings and found no linking book on her person. A fact which, if true, makes the question of why she'd return here all the more puzzling. While I am sick with frustration at having lost the only quarry that Cage has ever caught, I am also filled with hope she may yet provide me with a way back to Dani. It is true that I have managed, despite overwhelming odds, to break free of the confines of the Fifth Age and resume my mission to save my culture from extinction. But I fear that unless I am able to regain access to the vast resources that lie in the city's ruins, the task of reconstructing that great civilization will be impossible. If Catherine did bring a linking book with her, then I am halfway there. If not, then she is trapped in the Fifth Age, and I can assume that my emotionally crippled son will soon be along to rescue her. Either way, it is crucial to my plans that I find her soon. Her presence here now forces me to take the rebels more seriously. I should never have permitted them to survive this long. 86-10-5. Once again, the Great Wark has demonstrated its usefulness to me. This past week, the villagers have been most difficult to manage. Apparently they have learned of Catherine's arrival, and their fear of this mythic beast has been all that has kept them in line. Had I known how truly useful these prodigious creatures would prove to be, I would have perhaps captured more of them while the local population was still plentiful. Although, to be sure, if these disturbances continue, my current pets will be in no danger of perishing for lack of nourishment. 86-10-13. The search for Catherine continues. I now deeply regret my mistake of having ever taught those primitive people anything at all about the books. It seems that with each passing day, I more sorely realized the extent to which they were not ready for that knowledge, not even in the simplified manner in which I had presented it to them. Their minds, adapted only to the exceptionally menial tasks of village life, were incapable of comprehending the art in all its complexity, and thus were unable to extract the essential underlying principles that are, ironically, so elegantly simple. It is obvious that much of the discord that exists between us stems from their failure to grasp the full meaning of the information I gave them. If only they'd been able to gain even the smallest glimpse of the future I'd planned for them, then this conflict would not exist. The minds of children are much more malleable. With the proper instruction, they have developed a more appropriate posture towards the culture that gave them their lives. At times, they take to it almost as if they had a bit of Dani blood in them. Given the natives' inborn limitations, however, I am quite careful that none gain a level of understanding that would permit them to sin against their future the way that Catherine did. How foolish I was to think that she could contain such knowledge responsibly, when it was quite clear that my own son could not. Atris, still he remains one of the greatest disappointments of my life. I should never have left him with my mother. By the time I'd returned to him, he had already been poisoned as to all thoughts of the Dani. Perhaps it was the only way that she could rationalize the fact that she had been responsible for the collapse of their civilization. So much destruction, so many great lives lost. The guilt must have been unbearable. I do have vague recollections of the love she had for my father and for our world, but ultimately she was an outsider whose ignorance of the Dani became the catalyst for their demise. If I am able to rebuild our culture and in the process correct such crucial weaknesses, then perhaps what she did was ultimately necessary in order that a new era of prosperity might someday come to pass. 87-1-14. These last few weeks I have found myself frequently beset by images from the past. As I stood in the schoolroom today, I was reminded of my own childhood, the years I spent in the Bookmakers Guild, Father's immense pride at each of my small accomplishments there. He was an important man in the Dani world, but I can't bear to think of him for long. It's too much. I was too young to see such a thing. 87-8. I've got her. Late last night I received word that Catherine was in the village attempting to persuade the people to join her. I lost 2 good men in the process, but I would have paid 100 times that number for such a prize. She's been taken to the prison island, where I've been attempting to gain some insight as to the reason for her presence here. I've had to fight the all but constant impulse to put her on the gallows. She has adopted the most infuriating stance of only answering my questions, when she answers them at all, in her native tongue. Even so, she is a poor liar. I am now quite certain that her return to Riven was unintentional, that she brought no linking book with her. As far as her unwillingness to share with me the location of the moiety, we shall see. Without their leader, however, they are once again powerless against me. If Catherine's coming here was indeed an accident, then Atris is bound to come for her. That is a given. The question I must now consider is, how will he do it? It is likely that his hesitation has been due, at least in part, to this dilemma. One way or another, though, he'll have to bring a linking book to get back to Dani. There is no other way. We're close here. 87,620. It's late and I cannot sleep. I've lost so much in my life. My people, my father, my son, and you, my wife. Keta, you were the only true kindness I have ever known. Watching you flicker there in the images, I sometimes wonder if you were real. If I could restore your life with my pen, I would do so in an instant, and leave the rest of the world to their own wretched fate. 87,730. Damn these savages. I would be well advised to leave them all in the Fifth Age and begin again with a clean sheet of paper. A stranger has arrived on Riven, with a linking book to Dani, and once again my useless minion was overtaken by the rebels. From what little I could decipher from his muddled explanations, it apparently occurred sometime this morning. The cage has been damaged, but it is no matter. Everything I need is here now. Atris is certainly behind this, yet how could he be so foolish as to send someone here with a linking book? Such blatancy is unlike him. Could it be that he has had a change of heart? After all these years, is he finally letting his poor old father go? No, it's only after one thing. Perhaps he should find her. For now, I need only to wait and observe. Okay, so we are almost done. But we can go free Catherine. Okay, so need a clang. Okay, so clang, bing, drill, bing, clang. One last... Well, there are two cutscenes left. This and then the end. We're almost done. Thank you again, Sir Tails the Water Elemental.
We have to move quickly. Gehn's people may already know what's happening. Once we're back with the moiety, we'll have time to regroup. Can I see the book? You did it. We're all free. You captured Gehn. But there's still his followers. I'm not sure what I'll do once I realize he's gone. I'll have to get the villagers to safety as soon as possible. You go back to the Temple Island and reopen the fissure. I know it's risky, but it's the only way to signal Atris. I'll try to make it back there as soon as I can, but don't wait for me. Don't forget, the portal combination's in my journal. Good luck.
Yeah, so there's two major articulation points for the end of this game. Because once you have the journal, hold on. Once you have the journal, you can end the game by opening the fissure. Okay. Golden Dome Island. The endings depend on whether or not you captured Gehn and whether or not you rescued Catherine. If you don't rescue Catherine, Atris will be, for obvious reasons, very sad. Let's lower this bridge back down. And if you don't capture Gehn, he'll arrive and kill Atris. Okay, so the combination is 2, 4, 3, 4, 1. Is that right? 2, 4, 3, 4, 1. Yeah. The Myst games all have multiple endings, actually. They're not particularly robust. And there you go. The inside of the fissure. Yeah, so actually, let me save here. Yeah, so this telescope, where it all began. You have to kick this out of the way. Actually, I will do a second ending for this. Just if you don't capture Gehn. The Star Fissure. Here we go.
There isn't much time. Where's Catherine? Where's the book?
Atris!
I don't have...
The villagers are safely in the Rebel Age. I thank you.
As do I. You've accomplished more than I could have hoped for. You've given me back my life.
I'll answer your question in a second,
Path home is now clear for all of us.
once this scene's over.
This is where our paths must part. Perhaps we'll meet again someday. You know where to find me. Goodbye, my friend.
Contrary to what you would expect, the protagonist actually does end up back home. Yeah, I've actually already played...
Now I understand.
hold on.
Endings and beginnings are within the fissure, that riven cleft of stars that access both a wall and a bridge. And though I am unable to understand how, the very flow of stars that brought my mistbook into worthy hands, I am sure served as a safe passage home for my friend. The age of Riven is closed forever, but the people of Riven are free. And now I am at rest, understanding that in books and ages and life, the ending can never truly be written.
Yeah, so the reason Atris has to, what he waits for the fissure is because, hold on. Let me turn down the volume a bit. So the reason Atris ends up waiting is because he can't risk coming to Riven with a way out unless he knows that Gehn is dead. But the age is so messed up at this point that he can't really see much of what's going on, and only a massive change in the age would be it's the only thing he could pick up. And so the fissure is basically the only thing you can use to signal him and tell him, hey, we've got Gehn, let us out. So yes, which, did it say which Miller it was? I think it's Rand Miller. Yeah, he's the one of the two. Yeah, the Myst games were made by two brothers, Robin and Rand Miller, who were the FMV actors in the first game. Rand played Atris, and then there were Cirrus and Akinar, who were his kids. Rand also played Akinar, and Robin played Cirrus. And then, even after Cyan sold the rights to Myst to Ubisoft, Rand stayed on playing Atris. And I think the reason he played Atris is mainly just a cost thing. Because, you've got two people. Hiring actors is expensive. And they didn't have a lot of money. So I'm going... Whoa! Hold on, I didn't expect that to happen. It booted me out of the game. When the credits ended, it just... Okay, hold on. I'm going to reload and do one more ending. Come on. Come on, OBS. Pick up the game. There we go. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. Okay, so let me double check. I shouldn't have captured Gehn at this point. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Well done. I was greatly relieved when I received word that you had recovered the book.
Hold on, I had to exit out of the game. I would like to say Riven is my favorite, just because that's the obvious choice, but a few of the puzzles are a bit too obtuse for me. I don't know. I'm actually really fond of Myst 3. Riven is the obvious choice because it is the most well-known and the most ambitious. Because it is known for having these, the big overarching puzzle where it's just like, it's so massive and so intertwined. It gets a lot of points for that. Which, it's definitely the most ambitious one. It looks great. I mean, I like all of the Myst games. I think if you were to, like, poll the general public about, well, people who played Myst games, which one is their favorite, Riven would probably be the choice. So, yeah, speaking of which, I'm actually going to be playing Myst 3, not immediately, but fairly soon. So, this ending is where you haven't captured Gehn. There is a third ending where you capture him but don't rescue Catherine, but that kind of plays out mostly like the first ending, just Atris is sad because you didn't rescue Catherine. So this is the more different ending. Can you guys hear it just fine? Hold on. Okay, there we go. It wouldn't stay paused when I exited the game.
There isn't much time. Where's Catherine? The book is empty. I don't understand.
You never did.
Father.
Father! I am no longer your father because you are no longer my son. I don't know what you thought you were doing, but thank you. I finally am free.
Yeah, if you're interested, they made a few Myst books back in the day. Myst, the Book of Atris, is very good. It goes into Atris's younger years and deals a lot with Gehn. Like, you get all of Gen's backstory and motivation in it, and he's actually quite a wonderful character. Well, I'm glad I could show you something you have never seen before. So, that's it for Riven. And Thursday, I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to get back to Resident Evil. I'm going to be playing the remake of Resident Evil 2, known among the Duckfeed community as RE2 Make. So, I'm excited about that. I'm going through the entire Resident Evil franchise. And Original 2 isn't available, so this is what I got. Well, I mean, it's available if you look, but not like on Steam or anything. And I don't know exactly what I'll do from there. I'm thinking I may trade off games, like do one game on Monday nights, do another on Thursday nights. I am at some point going to get to Mists 2, 3... No, sorry, this is Mist 2. Mists 3, 4, and 5. Mist 3 is a joy to play. Brad Dourif chews the scenery. He's a great actor. He makes that game. Yes, Abduction, I will be getting to that too. And Firmament whenever it comes out. Yeah. Oh, you haven't heard of Firmament? Firmament is the next game that Cyan's working on right now. It is... There hasn't been a whole lot of it. Yeah, you just Google like Cyan Firmament. They did a Kickstarter a few years back. They're still doing, and it quit out on me again. So I'm just gonna do this over Black for a few seconds. Firmament is Firmament. All I really know about it right now is it's set in like an icy world, and it is made for VR. You don't have to have VR to play it, is my understanding, but it is meant, like, it's built for it. So, since talking over a black screen isn't that super interesting, I will end the stream for the night. Thank you all for staying for this little extra long stream. Thursday, I will be back with RE2 Make. Have a good week, everyone.